What's going on, guys? Snow-covered Planeswalker here, coming to y'all with another product review. This is on the Legion Elder Dragon Vault. I don't ordinarily do product reviews on this channel, just because I feel like there's more experience and better reviewers out there. I do actually have an entire channel dedicated to nothing but knife and tactical gear review. So I have some experience behind the camera doing a review. However, I just feel like channels like Talarian Community College do a far better job. However, in watching his video, I feel like there were a few things that weren't covered and I felt they needed to be covered. So, not just on this particular deck box, but on a few things that he's done. And I want to go ahead and kind of touch up on those subjects. Again, doing the royalty-free music in the background. I hope it's not too loud. Let's go ahead and get into the review. First off, the Legion Elder Dragon Vault costs an average of $29.99, so about 30 bucks, shipped to your door if you order from Amazon. Now that is an expensive price to pay for a deck box. It will hold two 100-card single-sleeve decks and has a side compartment for dice and counters or tokens, and even comes with its own spindown. Now the spindown included I actually want to spend a little bit of time on, but not much. And comparing it here to an official Wizards of the Coast spindown die. You can see that, well, you might be able to see that this die is actually slightly larger than the official Wizards of the Coast die. However, I actually do really enjoy these. I have a black one as well because my friend bought the black Elder Dragon Vault, and I use them as my life dice for Commander. They're unique, they're a little bit more standoutish because they're a little bit bigger, and the numbers are generally easier to read, as you can kind of tell there. So I'm going to be speaking on about the box that I have in front of you, as well as speaking on experience from my friend's Black Elder Dragon Vault. I've had this one since about Christmas of last year. It was a Christmas gift to me from my dad. My friend has had his since January, I think. So we both had some time to test them out, and I noticed that our deck boxes have worn in similar ways. The first thing I want to mention about the box is a negative, and that is the glue that is used to hold the box together will break down again in about that 1 year's time. As you can see, mine's coming apart here and over here. My friend's box is coming apart much worse. While it is also coming apart over here, like mine is, his is actually coming up on the dice and token section and completely separating on the side. You can see where mine's beginning to do the same. So they don't have the longest lifespan, which when you're paying $30 for a deck box, you kind of expect a long-lasting product, and they don't really deliver that with the Legion Elder Dragon Vault. At least not in my personal opinion. Now I may be asking too much of a deck box. Maybe people enjoy replacing their deck box regularly. I do not. I bought this so I could upgrade from deck boxes like the Ultra Pro cheap plastic things you can buy in Walmart, and even the Dragon Shield 2-compartment box, which you can see mine actually broke at the top. I'll be doing a review on that at another time. But I bought this because I wanted a this was on my wish list when my dad picked it out. I wanted a high quality box that would last me a while. Now that being said, the compartments will hold two 100-card single sleeve decks, and you have a nice amount of room for dice, counters, or tokens in this compartment on this side. While I don't have any single sleeve commander decks anymore to show off with, I will show off using double sleeved 75-card decks. Okay, so my merfolk in the top compartment. I'm going to go ahead and break out my brother's black-white tokens deck. Get a sideboard. So you can see it will indeed hold two double sleeve 75-card decks, which are roughly the same size as a single sleeve 100-card deck. Now, here's my brother's tokens for his token deck. I'm going to go ahead and just drop those in the side compartment so you get an idea of how much it holds. One other thing I want to talk about as far as the quality is the magnets on this are pretty weak. It's not exactly showing off the best here because I'm actually holding the top. Let's see if I can It's being stubborn, it's not wanting to come open, but I have got this thing to flip open several times on accident. However, it's being stubborn on camera for some reason. So, maybe it's not as bad as I gave it credit for, but still, I have had this thing burst open on more than one occasion. Again, let me know if you guys like the royalty-free music in the background. I haven't gotten much feedback on that yet. I just felt like it was too quiet in some of my previous videos. Now, issues that I have with this is these days I tend to double sleeve my commander decks. And I have decks double sleeved in everything from illustrated sleeves with KMC character guards on them, like my Baron Sengir deck here, to decks double sleeved with KMC Perfect Size and Dragon Shields. These are the Dragon Shield mats on my double sleeved Narset deck. So obviously I want a high amount of protection for this expensive deck, but the biggest issue is I can't really fit this in my Legion without forcing it. And here you can see, jamming it in the box, I'm stretching and pushing over my divider. And now it becomes almost impossible to get out. Let's see. This is me slamming the box downward. I'm not getting my deck out of it that way. I'm going to have to slowly remove cards one by one from the front, which is not ideal. As a matter of fact, it's one of the furthest things from freaking ideal. This is an expensive deck, and I don't want to go jamming it in various places like so. Now, let's see here, because I haven't tested with this, I also have decks double sleeved in KMC Perfect Fits with KMC Hyper Mats. Let's see if those fit any better. Okay, because here's my double sleeved ready deck. That's another issue, is the interior on this is extremely coarse. It fits a little bit more easily, but it's still going to push that over ever so slightly, and is not the ideal deck box for it. Although as I've just demonstrated, when using KMC Hyper Mats with KMC Super Series or KMC Perfect Fits, they actually do fit a little bit better due to the sleeves being a little bit thinner overall. So those are some of my biggest issues with the Legion Elder Dragon Vault. It is extremely expensive for what it is. It doesn't accommodate double sleeve commander decks, and it certainly won't accommodate something like my Baron Sengir deck here. What I have noticed is if I get about 80% of the deck, I can put it in the top compartment, and it will slide in, despite the fact that the character guards make the sleeve considerably thicker. Again, you can see how thick this, how wide the sleeve usually is. Then add on the character guard size. However, that's only for this compartment. I cannot fit them in the second compartment the same way. The dimensions on the compartment are different. I have to angle them in like so. And at that point, I'm spending this, using this entire deck box on one commander deck. Now, fitting decks that are double sleeve using KMC Strongholds or KMC Character Guards is an issue I know that deck boxes have already. So far, I've only found 2 deck boxes that can accommodate cards double sleeved in Character Guards. One of them was the Dex Protection Magnetic Deck Box series. By the way, you can see this is starting to come apart here too. I didn't even notice this myself. But one is the Dex Protection Magnetic Deck Box series. The other is the Ultra Pro Tower, which I know that TCC gave a very low review to. However, my friend's been using it. He's been loving it. We love the fact that they can accommodate our oversized cards because we do play things like Arc Enemy and Plane Chase and Vanguard, as well as playing with oversized commanders ourselves. But that was the only other deck box I knew that could accommodate a double sleeve 100 card deck using KMC Character Guards. So, yeah, that was my review of the Legion Elder Dragon Vault. Not a very favorable product. I would say probably a 4 out of 10 for people like me. And if you're playing with single sleeve 100 card decks or double sleeve 75 card decks, keep in mind that they are not extremely durable, and the coarse interior is going to wear out your sleeves. I would recommend avoiding this particular type of product and maybe looking towards Ultimate Guard's Double Flip and Tray series, or perhaps the Dex Protection series, and even things like the Ultra Pro Satin Tower, which will hold your double sleeve 100 card deck or 75 card deck with a bunch of room for your tokens and a dice compartment on the bottom. However, things like the Satin Tower will not hold a deck double sleeved using KMC character guard sleeves, or strong hard sleeves for that matter. However, that's the price you pay for wanting to show off your beautiful illustrated sleeves. So yeah, that's my review of the Legion Elder Dragon Vault. Not recommended. I'll see y'all next time.